Welcome to Paige's Lessons, a podcast dedicated for those who seek advice and wisdom on how to become the best versions of themselves in the most authentic way. If you identify as someone who is ambitious, goal-driven, and a badass, you've come to the right place. Self-reflection, mental health awareness, and exploring life's transitions is at the heart of our conversations because I truly believe that every single day provides a lesson. I'm your host, Paige Mitchell, a board-certified life coach, motivational speaker, and mental health advocate. I can't wait to share these golden nuggets with you. Welcome to the very first episode of Paige's Lessons, Season 7, Manifesting Your Dream Lifestyle. First things first is this is Season 7 of my podcast. I am very proud of myself. I want to just slow clap and pat myself on the back because how often do we really celebrate our wins? So I just want to take this opportunity to say, go Paige, go. You did the damn thing. I started this podcast with a dream in 2021 of, you know what? I want to have a podcast someday. So I got out my phone and just recorded and posted. And with the idea that mental health awareness is really important to me, life transitions, self-reflection, and really just sharing my stories for a very quick takeaway for you. In the very beginning, before I started interviewing guests, all episodes are pretty much within the 10-minute limit. They're just very quick, pocket-sized, very fast lessons for you. I just wanted it to be a drop of a hat. Hey, here's some wisdom. Next. And then I started looking into specific themes. Then I started interviewing guests. And then people started asking if they could be on my podcasts. And then I kept hearing people were really resonating with the content. And then as I was working in my coaching business, clients felt it was really helpful to hear these specific episodes. It was very easy to just direct them, hey, check out this because this is exactly what we talked about in our session. Go listen to this interview I had with this expert. And I wanted this podcast to be a platform, really, to give that wisdom very quickly and very accessibly. So this season, for me, is really important because since I started in 2021, and you'll kind of see the progression of every single season and those themes, it really just reflects my life. So season 1 was, hey, I'm going to try this new thing. Season 2 is, I'm a life coach, and it's very important to gather all of the aspects of your life, money, career, spirituality, romance, all of that. So I interviewed all of the guests and all the experts on the pillars of your life. And then season 3, I went back to the basics of just me talking, very quick lessons. And then the next season was all about healing. I went through my own personal healing journey. I moved from my hometown in Colorado that I lived for 20 whatever years and moved to California. I changed my life. I made drastic changes. And I went through a breakup. So that was my healing journey. So I wanted to, in that podcast series, talk about all of the stages of healing, all of the tools and techniques like Reiki and breath work and hypnosis. And the list goes on of healing modalities that have really helped me and my clients. Then the next season after that was I decided to sell all of my things and move across the world. I went to the UK and Western Europe, and I traveled for 6 months. And so every episode in that season, season 5, is each country and the lessons I learned as I was solo backpacking abroad. So that was very special to have that platform as well. And then after that, I was couch surfing in America for 3 months. So the lessons of being out of your comfort zone and all of those states and cities throughout the US, all the way from New York to California, and just making my way backpacking and couch surfing through that. So, with this season, season 7, we're talking about manifestation because I am truly an example of someone that has a vision. I have clarity. I also have techniques of my own that have then manifested into reality. Sometimes I have manifested things that I didn't even know was on my radar. I've been manifesting since I was a child when I didn't even know what that word meant. And I kind of wanted to show you some really like special examples in this first episode while I have the floor, because it's just so important to just acknowledge, again, not how proud I am of like my accomplishments and like how far I've come, but just like, it's been really cool to see things come from it was just an idea to then now it's my lifestyle. I was so depressed with where I was living. Like my environment, majority of my life was not ideal. Now I was very safe. I have a loving family. It's nothing extreme that way, but I was very unhappy living in Colorado. And there's definitely episodes of Paige's Lessons that you can listen to that I talk about Colorado and how it's just not ideal. But to now live in California and literally every single day in my window, look at the water, look at the ocean, it stares at me in the face every single day, is so cool. It's so cool because this is something I've always wanted, was beachfront access. And to say that I have that now, like, I still have to pinch myself. I am so grateful for this. That's just one example of something that's manifested in my life. But I just wanted to just take this time to share that I have manifested not only tangible things in my life, but I've also manifested beliefs. I've manifested things that I never thought about myself before. I use affirmations. I've been using journaling and really getting to the root of my core beliefs and my core self-talk, and with techniques like hypnosis and core transformation and breath work and all of these different things, and acting as if and visualization and meditations. Like, there's so many things that I have done that have helped and has just been a catalyst to my success. But I really wanted to think of you in mind, my listeners, because majority of my listeners are the ambitious, goal-driven people who work so damn hard in life. They work so hard to get what they want. Hello, you're ambitious and goal-driven. Of course you're a badass. Of course you take names. And that's an amazing quality. But sometimes when we are trying so freaking hard to get our dream life, it's not really happening. And there's so much frustration. And guess what? By you not letting go of that outcome, you're actually creating more stress. You're creating more resistance, which is why you're not seeing your dream life come into reality. So this season is so important for you to take away these lessons from these experts. Now, back in 2019 was really the first time that I heard the term manifestation, at least in a pop culture sense. That's when it actually like registered in my brain, was in 2019. And I was living in Hawaii at the time. So I actually manifested living in Hawaii when I literally wrote it down on a piece of paper a year prior, when I had zero evidence I was going to live there. I had zero money. I had no idea if I was going to live in Hawaii, but I literally just wrote it in my journal of, I'm living in Hawaii in 2019. And I have the picture of that journal page. It's just something from that simple to then I did a lot of meditations. I did a lot of scripting. I did a lot of other techniques to then live in Hawaii. But that's when really like I started listening to a lot of self-help podcasts and audiobooks and different coaches about manifestation. I became obsessed. I became obsessed with like, wow, like it's so effortless for some people. I want that. But wait, why am I not seeing results? I was basically repelling what I wanted because I wasn't as clear as I thought. I really wasn't. I thought I could cultivate my manifestations pretty quickly, but I realized that I'm actually resisting. There's a lot of blockages here. So anyway, this season is just really close to my heart, and all of the interviews that I had, there's a lot of overlap. There's a lot of topics that definitely get repeated, but it's repeated on purpose, because sometimes when you listen to a podcast, and even if one person says the same thing, you never know how it's going to hit different, right? Maybe one episode someone says something similar and it doesn't really register, but then you hear it from someone else, which is literally the same thing. It's just said differently, and it totally rocks your world. It totally changes your life. So I have a variety of guests on this season that I'm just so excited for you to listen to. I really have walked away. Like, I feel really privileged to have this wisdom. Like, I kind of think about Oprah, because like Oprah has been a host, right? She has her own show. She did reporting for years. Like, her career is incredible. Think of how many people Oprah has met and Oprah has interviewed. She's interviewed the most famous, the most intelligent, the most spiritual people in the world. And for her to have that like couch moment where she's sitting across from these celebrities, and to firsthand, yeah, she's broadcasting it for the public, but like, how special that she has all of this knowledge. So I feel like for me, like this season in particular with these interviews, it feels like an Oprah moment. It feels like I'm having firsthand access to these golden nuggets. So of course I'm going to share them with you. And I'm just so excited about it. This topic is just really special. So I wanted to make sure that you are being supported and that your questions are being answered, because I understand firsthand what it's like to feel stagnant, what it's like to feel stuck when you're hearing all of this manifestation and magic, and you're hearing all of this stuff, but it's not happening for you, and you're so frustrated and you just want it now. I get it. I understand that frustration, and don't worry, I definitely ask all of the guests to some degree that question. And I really took the time to re-listen over and over to these episodes, and I created specific timestamps in the show notes so that you can directly, like at quick access, just go to the question when you're feeling stuck. You could go to the technique when you're feeling stuck. And I also have, they also have takeaways every single time too. So there's literally no excuse. You definitely have a piece of homework to work on, whether that's a journal entry or a meditation to work on, or a podcast to listen to, or a belief to work on. Like, there is so much value. And again, I'm just so grateful for this Oprah moment of like being exposed to the breadth of knowledge here. So with that being said, I wanted to welcome you. If this is your very first time ever listening to Paige's lessons, like, what a season to kick it off. I mean, I do encourage you to maybe listen to some older episodes, like definitely the season 5 where I move abroad, and season 2 as well, because that's where I'm interviewing all of the experts on the categories of your life. So depending where you're at in your dream lifestyle journey, go ahead and go back to an old episode, and feel free to send me a direct message on Instagram or send me an email. because I'd love to hear from you. I'd love to hear what resonates and what you truly walked away with. So all of that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. We're going to jump right into it. And happy manifesting, folks. You totally got this. Thank you so much for your support and tuning into this podcast every week. Just a friendly reminder that even $2 helps keep Paige's lessons going strong. If you learned something from this episode and recognize the energy I put into it, you can support me through my Buy Me a Coffee account. Buy Me a Coffee is a really cool platform where you can donate however much you want, buying me a virtual coffee. If you feel called, click on the link in the show notes and any contribution is deeply appreciated. Head on over to buymeacoffee.com/Paige Mitchell. Thank you again so much.